Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the NECA Toys, Real Toys, ALF Ultimate Action Figure. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, NECA ALF Alien Lifeform Ultimate Action Figure, ages 14 and up. On the front, ALF. Nice picture of ALF in a picture frame. Oh look, somebody with taste. Ha! Alien Lifeform Ultimate Action Figure. Then on the bottom, some credits. NECA Real Toys, symbols I'm not going to learn. Don't give it to babies! Whatever license plate number that is. A barcode, ALF, and the trademark Made in China print. Then on this side, we've got ALF, and then there's nice practical photography of the figure. At least I think that's what it is. Ultimate Action Figure on this side. Turn it this way. ALF Ultimate Action Figure. Spare some change for a reboot. Ha! And then, you know, practical photography of the toy. And then here's some more practical photography shots of ALF in action. ALF crash landed through the roof of the Tanner family's garage and square into the hearts and homes of America's television viewers. This short, furry alien life form quickly surprised everyone with his perfect English, urbane wit, and unusual customs and habits like eating cats. So again, you know, nice practical photography shots there. Me shill for my own products? No problem! And here's what's included. Fabric shirt, cat sandwich, soda can, sunglasses, ham radio, popcorn bowl, bag of slime balls, picture frame, and some interchangeable hands. That, my friends, is almost all the packaging. But wait, there's more, because a little Velcro patch here is holding this open. And then there we have some more nice practical photography of ALF eating the popcorn. And then in here, nice big window showcasing the figure and all of the accessories. Now, my friends, that does it for a look at the packaging. Now let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And he comes with 5 extra hands. We've got one set, and here's handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at them. They're like pointing fingers, and you have to see there's nice fur molded details in there, along with pads on the hands. Looks like a nice wash in there too, and that is on an in and out hinge. This one's on an in and out hinge as well. Same thing, but opposite side. And then here we have a grip hand, which looks to me to be for the cola can. In and out hinge. Nice molded details and a wash as well. And here's like a pinchy hand. And again, in and out hinge, nice molded details, and a wash to help those fur details stand out. And finally, here is a grip hand that is not quite big enough to hold the can. So we'll figure out what it's for. Maybe it's for picking up slime balls. I don't know. But everything I said about the other hands all true. Nice molded details, wash, and an in and out hinge. So pretty cool. Next up we have his soda, which is a Fusco. Nice molded details. This definitely can. So that's cool. Bowl of popcorn. Popcorn is not removable. Nice molded details and nice paint job in there as well. Nice buttery looking popcorn. Now here's the slime balls. I don't really remember what this is about. Nice molded details. The bag has a nice wash on it. And same thing for the slime balls themselves. Nice molded details. Some paint and a wash as well, it looks like. So next up we have this picture frame with a picture in it. And is that his mom? I want to say it is. So, and it's even got a stand, got some gold paint there, and you know, it's very paint detailed as far as, you know, they could have just painted this side and not done anything with this side, but they did. Added a little bit of detail to it. Next is the ham radio. And that looks like I probably got it upside down. It probably goes this way. Yeah. So, you know, it's got a dial. Doesn't work. It's got all kinds of knobs and stuff on it. It's got the meter on there. It's a sticker. It's got the, I guess it's the brand name. No, that's frequency stuff too. And that's a sticker as well. Along with some silver paint apps throughout the radio itself. Even on the back here. And some details on the back as well. So, you know, again, they didn't have to do that. And then here's the microphone. It's got this cord that connects it. It's supposed to be like a coiled old like telephone cord type. The mic, it does have like a dry brush on it, I guess, to help some of the details stand out. And then just to kind of give it a worn and used look. And maybe it's molded in silver. I don't know. It's probably not. It's painted silver and then dry brushed or scrubbed or whatever. But nice pieces which can be used other places. Something that can't be used in another place is this, however. Cat sandwich. And I don't remember what their cat's name was. Was it Fluffy? Was it Spot? I don't remember. But I do remember he got caught several times trying to eat the cat. And one time the cat disappeared and he got blamed for eating the cat, even though he didn't. And then here's a pair of sunglasses, and they're sunglasses. The lenses are a bit glossy compared to the rest of them. I think they're stickers. That's what it looks like. So the arms don't fold or anything like that. It's one solid molded piece. And then here we have Alf's shirt. And nice soft goods piece. Velcro's open. The collar may end up being a bit hard to work with. I don't know. We'll have to see once we get that far in the review. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. So I will have to say this looks exactly like Alf as I remember him from the TV show. Not necessarily the cartoon, but from the TV show. You know, that swept over hair. And look at all that nice sculpted fur detail in there with a wash. Just like the hands. Looks very cool. Nice glossy eyes and paint here for his eyebrows. And some wash in there in his ears to help some of those details stand out. And there's some paint going on in the mouth too, it looks like. Hard to see on camera. Sorry. I do apologize about that. And then, you know, his toes there, the pads of his feet. He does have some holes in his feet for pegs, his little tail there. So let's take a look at his articulation real quick. So he can look up that high. He can look down that far. He's got a little bit of chicken neck. He's got some waggle. It's mostly in the base of the neck though. But he does have some at the base of the head too. The mouth is hinged. It does open about that far. And he can do the full exorcist. Did I say you got chicken neck and waggle? Yeah, I did say that. At the shoulder, 360 degrees of rotation. He can raise his arm up about that high. Not quite 90 degrees. Single hinge. And no, I'll take it back. He's got a double hinged elbow. And it should swivel, but it doesn't. Looks like it swivels, but it doesn't. So it gets that much bend, and you can see it's a big elbow piece. So it's hinged at the top and hinged at the bottom. 360 degrees worth of rotation at the wrist, and it's a hard rotation. And it's on in and out hinge, and these are like the flat hands. There's a cut here where the chest and the torso meet. Gives him some hula. He can lean left and right. Leans back that far. Leans forward or hinges forward that far, and does rotate 360 degrees there as well. Also, this hand is on an in and out hinge too. I forgot to mention that. Now, at the hips, woo, he gets the full splits. Look at that. Although this does hinder it a little bit, it will move out of the way as long as you're holding it. He kicks forward about that far. Not bad for the sculpt. Back, not much, which is about what I expected. There is a single hinge and swivel at the knee. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you not quite 90 degrees worth of bend. At the ankle, tilts down about that far, tilts up about that far, and it does have a little bit of rocker. So that's cool. And let's see if we can get his shirt on him. Probably have to pop the arms off, or not the arms, the hands. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we've got his shirt on him, and the collar wasn't as problematic as I thought it was going to be. It laid right down as soon as I closed, or as soon as I folded it down and then closed up the shirt. It stayed in position. As far as his sunglasses go, it's gonna be an issue again. Seems like it would go over the top of his ears, but apparently not. Well, goes over the top of one ear anyway. Maybe it's not supposed to do that. I'm not sure. So there we have that. Here's the can hand, and it does hold the can, my friends. So there is that. So, ha! There you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the NECA Real Toys ALF Ultimate Action Figure with a NECA Real Toys RoboCop, a NECA Real Toys Predator from Predator 2, and a NECA Real Toys Alien Xenomorph from Aliens. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the NECA Real Toys ALF Ultimate Action Figure with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the NECA Real Toys ALF Ultimate Action Figure, I have to say I'd had my eyes, because I do have two, on this figure for a long time at my local Walmart. I was waiting for it to maybe go on clearance. It finally did, although it wasn't greatly discounted. It was enough to get me to pick it up. I like the sculpt of this figure and the deco on it. First of all, it really does take me back to the 1980s when this show was on TV. I even remember the cartoon, although I didn't care for it as much as the live action show. But I do remember it. I did watch it for the most part, I believe. I remember watching it anyway. And I will have to say, the articulation on this figure is really good. The range of motion for most of that articulation is really good as well, considering sculpt and overlays and things like that. So it moves good. You can pose it pretty well. It comes with a butt ton of accessories that you can use in, other than with ALF. You can use popcorn and ham radios, and you can use those in a number of places, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Displays or photography, what have you. So it does have some nice pieces with it. And with that said, I really don't have a lot to say about this, because I like it so much, and that's really all I have to say. I like this figure. Now, do I like it so well that it's going to make it into a top 10 list? We'll see. First week of season 6 in 2026. When top 10 week happens, we'll find out if this guy makes it or not. But as it stands right now, it's a great figure. It has a nice range of motion. It has nice articulation, and it comes with a butt ton of great accessories. Except for maybe a cat sandwich and slime balls that you can use in other places. The can of soda might be a little big too, but if it's just in the background, then that really doesn't matter. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.